What's happening, all you beautiful, beautiful, kiss perfect, beautiful people? Your boy, the Vuslap, is in the building. It is the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. We've got a great one for you. That's right. We could potentially qualify for the next round of the Europa League. And on top of that, there is a chance we could go back in the top 4 in the Bundesliga. It's going to get good. It's going to get good. Stay tuned. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's get in the game. So we're into the game. As you can see, bringing up the last played games. Of course, we had that triple header against Munich, Stuttgart, and Man United. We came off on that on a win. We've been on pretty decent form since then. In the league, beating Dortmund 2-1, which is a great little result. We also beat Fortuna Düsseldorf 2-0. And then in the league, we had a bit of a blip, losing 3-1 to Bayer Leverkusen, and then drawing 3-3 to Leipzig. But since then, we've been undefeated with a 5-2 victory over St. Pauli in the Bundesliga. In the Pokal, in the second round, we beat Wolfsburg 5-2, and then beat Stuttgart 3-0 in the DFB Pokal third round. In the Europa League, we beat Partizan 6-0, and then we beat Hajduk Split 3-1. Today we take on Real Sociedad, and like I said, it's a game that if we win, we should be safe from the 5 points that Rapid Vienna have, sitting in 25th place. So we should be getting a second round with being 10 points clear with 2 games left to play. Top 8, though, is a little bit of a different story. We're only 3 points clear of Liverpool, sitting in 9th place. So that will probably come down to the last 2 games. Lille are the only undefeated team in the league. We lost to Rennes, who are 7th. Ghent also lost the game. They lost to Ghent, lose to. They lost to Slavia Bratislava. And Real Sociedad lost to FK Partizan, who we beat 5-0. So there's a lot going on right now. But that's how it stands. In the Pokal Cup, we did get drawn to quarterfinal to FC Cologne. So there's that. And then in the Bundesliga, you can see we are currently sitting in 6th place. We are 5 points behind by Leverkusen in 4th place, but we do have a game in hand. That game in hand does come up this week against Hoffenheim, who we are taking on today. We're not doing the Werder Bremen game. We're going to skip that one and just go straight to the Hoffenheim game, because that is going to be basically the 6-pointer that we desperately, desperately need. In terms of just the tactics and all that stuff, I have just switched the 2 wingbacks into just sort of further down wingbacks in possession. And then we have gone with a shadow striker instead of the usual this tactic that we played. I just dropped these 2 guys and I just pushed the middle guy up forward into a shadow striker. It seems to have gotten the best out of Oliver Junior. You can see he has started improving a lot, especially in the Pokal Cup, because that's where he has scored 5 of his goals in the last 3 games. So he has been doing quite well. We're hoping he can continue scoring some goals as the shadow striker. I have also been using Booston as that role as well, but he has been playing as an attacking midfielder rather than the shadow or second striker. He just doesn't have the finishing to be a good second striker at the moment. And then, yeah, I think goal-wise is where we've had a little bit of an issue this season. Iñaki has picked up 12 goals from that left side, which is absolutely fantastic. Chavez has picked up 7. Junior has picked up 5. Bestin has 4. This is where the problem comes on that right-hand side. Between Bibi with 4, Inage with 3, and Junior, who scored only 1 from that position. The other 4 came from the shadow striker. We've been lacking a little bit of firepower out on that right-hand side, which is causing a little bit of problems. And in terms of creativity, other than Iñaki, Junior, and Inage, we're not really creating much else of the top 3. And it's becoming a little bit of a problem. Although in recent times, with changing to this sort of formation, it seems like we're scoring a lot more goals, which is great. So hopefully that can continue. We can just fill up the bench right now. Well, I say fill up the bench. We can literally add 2 players in Arnold and not even a keeper. Keeper's still injured. Arnold and Rao can come in there. We have been rotating the squad a little bit. You can just check in terms of appearances. You can see we've rotated quite a bit. A couple of 20s, 10s, 13s, and a couple of guys coming off the bench as well. Only 2 players haven't had a start, and that's Saba and Foley, but both have played at least a handful of games. Since Ngalo's played 1, I brought him on for the Pokal game, and I'll probably continue using him for the Pokal games. He's been complaining a little bit. So has Liam Skoroth. Unfortunately, when we did bring him on, he hasn't really provided much thing here. Alexis Kell is also starting to kick up a little bit of a fuss. We're not using him as often. To be honest, he hasn't developed as much as I'd hoped he would, especially in the technical side. I was expecting his long shots to go up a little bit and his technique to go up a little bit. They've kind of stayed the same. His off the ball and work rate isn't improving either. So there is a world where maybe I'll let Alexis Carl, Liam Skoroch go out on loan. Then we can try and help develop Sven Rao here. His physicals are absolutely insane for an 18-year-old. The rest, though, is getting there. His mentals are great. He's just his technical side. We do need to work on a bit. We are focusing a little bit extra on passing as well. But anyway, that I have spoken enough. We're taking on Real Sociedad. It is away, so we are going to Spain for this one. We're not doing an away day. We're doing the away day for Hoffenheim instead. This is the team that is going to start. It's going to be Silva in goals, Brenner, Koistra, Lombardi, Kikidakis, Carlillo, O'Shaughnessy, Bibi, Junior, Iñaki, and Chavez. Cesar and Akiba. Well, Akiba's injured, so that's why Kikidakis is starting. And lately, Cesar hasn't been playing great. I'm giving Brenner a little bit of a run in, you know what, actually, I'm going to start Cesar. He's been much better in the Europa League. Let's start Cesar in there instead. The rest of the team is going to stay the same. Let's go take on Real Sociedad. Right. A couple of seconds in from the kickoff, there's a throw in, and they've got the ball going forward. De La Cuesta moving it forward to Dijkstra. Seismic to Martin. De La Cuesta again. This is nice passing from them. Nunes fits it in there, and Sebastian Lumbateres puts it in the back of the net. Just 1 minute, 10 seconds into the game. And we find ourselves a little bit on the back foot. Not the ideal start we were hoping for. A good pass here from Nunes, splitting the defense in half. Carrillo and Lombardi not on the same page there. I think Carrillo thought Lombardi had him covered when he was stepped up. Lombardi didn't. Yeah, that was terrible. Bibi with the corner now. Can we fight one right back with Koistra trying to look for the header? Iñaki bringing it down. Iñaki puts another one in the back of the net. That's his 4th goal in Europa League. His 13th goal overall. And we're only in December. What a finish from Iñaki. Look at this chest down. Brings it down nicely on the chest. Beautiful. Half volley. Back of the net. Their lead lasted just over a minute. 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's how long their lead lasted. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Things you love to see is fighting back as hard as we did like that. Just to come back immediately. Brilliant. Yeah, we're actually creating quite a bit. Junior trying to bring in Iñaki again. Cesar this time will header it for some reason. Sandoval heads it back to the goalkeeper, who lays it straight back to him and puts him right under pressure. But he's solved that pressure quite nicely with Seismic moving forward. De La Cuesta loses out to O'Shaughnessy. Iñaki, he's got ahead. Chavez. Well, he's no Horatio. That's for sure. I don't think he's bad. I think he's still finding his feet. He has scored 7 goals in 14 games, I guess. So not the end of the world, or 16 games, 2 sub appearances from when he was injured. But we do miss that Horatio, just lethal finishing, don't we? De La Cuesta moving it forward now. Seismic finding their goal scorer, who puts it in the back of the net. It's going to count as a Lombardi own goal. And he is not having a good game. I don't understand how that's an own goal. Did it take a deflection? It looked like it was on target from the first shot. So I don't understand how they can call that an own goal. I mean, was it going wide and he just deflected it in? I feel like that's a deflection. I don't think you can call that an own goal, to be fair. And I think that's really, really unlucky for Lombardi to have that now and make his rating just plummet into oblivion with that. I don't think that was an own goal, to be completely honest. Dijkstra for them now, moving it forward. De La Cuesta. Like Mac, looking for De La Cuesta. We've got to encourage the players after they scored a goal and keep their heads low. And Tymek. We need to do a little bit better. Let's encourage the players now. When we've attacked, we haven't looked clinical, if that makes sense. We've had one or two good chances. Chavez maybe should have finished his one opportunity that he had. Nyaki finished his, and that's the only two real shots on target we had. That's why Chavez wasn't even a shot on target. He shot it wide. Cesar picks it up and runs it across goal. Makes me nervous. Kikidakis brings it forward. Carrillo got some space to run in, and he's running into that space beautifully. Picking up Iñaki, going over the top for Chavez! Please tell me that wasn't... Yeah, I was going to say, please tell me that whole Chavez thing wasn't in vain. It is his fifth goal in Europa colours, and that was a beautiful finish. Stayed onside. Put it in the back of the mid. Astralaga had no opportunity in saving that. And after all the criticism I gave Chavez, that was a clinical finish. And now Cesar has the breakaway with Bibi. Running it forward. Looking for options. Not finding many at the moment. Trying to bring it across to Kikidakis. O'Shaughnessy. Iñaki turns his defender. Takes the chance. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's how you do it. Iñaki makes it 5-5 now. And that was a beautiful pass here from O'Shaughnessy to pick him up. And then look at the turn. The slowest turn you've ever seen in your life. But number 19 didn't even smell it. And then just punched out the air. That's how you do it, Iñaki. What a signing Iñaki was, actually. To a man that I thought would be fighting with Arnold for that left-hand side. And listen, with the finishing of 13, this man has been absolutely clinical in everything that he has done. So, shout out to Iñaki. Half-time, it is 3-2 at the Riela Arena. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. I'm going to tell the boys they're doing fine. They're capable of more shots. Capable of finishing off this game. Let's finish this game off in the second half. Let's not give Real Sociedad anything to sort of, you know, celebrate. We don't want them to celebrate. We want to celebrate. Lombardi. O'Shaughnessy finds Iñaki. He's got the overlap with Kikidakis. Doesn't need him. He's going to take it on his own, looking for the hat-trick. And maybe a shot a little bit wider could have produced a goal. We are going to get a corner, though, with Bibi stepping over it. Goes to the near post. Lombardi hits it straight down to Carrillo. He can take a long-range effort. That was a good save from the keeper. We've seen Carrillo score one or two before. Cesar with the corner. Going into the middle. This time finds Lombardi and trying to do the similar thing. This time couldn't find Carrillo on the edge. Finds Semensky instead. De La Cuesta. And now they're moving forward. Nunez has got Lewis with some space on that wing. Bibi tried to lunge in there and missed him completely. And they've headed it in, and Lombardi this time will clear. That could have easily been their hat-trick and their third goal as well. Lumbateres, I mean, he came close there. He came very, very, very agonizingly close there. Oh. Got a little bit of a sick feeling in my stomach that something happens, and I don't want it to happen. I am going to take BB off. He's not playing great. Inagay can come on there. Elsewhere, Junior not playing great. We'll bring on Busten to play there as the attacking midfielder. You can see I've got private role for Oliver. And Busten goes in there. And then, you know what? I'm leaving Lombardi on. I know he's playing a 635. Kuisha 625 is not great either. But I don't really trust Foley. Whenever I've used him, he hasn't really played well. A 666 rating as well is not great, I guess. he is someone that we're probably going to be looking to move on, if not in the summer, if not now in January. I just want to brighten up the midfield a little bit. Carrillo's not playing great, so you know what? I'm going to give Vada a run to play on that side. He has chipped in a couple of games, and whenever he's played very, very well. So we'll bring in Vada, just the 3 subs, just to freshen up some of the legs moving forward. O'Shaughnessy trying to do something. Inagay, Cesar, good ball through for Inagay. Looking for options, finds Busten. Lombardi, Kikidakis gives it away. Silly. He looked very much offside, Verada, there. That looked very much offside. Referee? No? Hello? He looked offside. Oh, he was on. Questra played him on side. Oh, man. I saw it. Questra hasn't been playing great. You know what? I've got to do it. He's 6.1 is terrible. Timmy. Is his name Timmy? Yeah. We'll bring on Fole playing that last bit. And you know what? Kikidakis, yeah, I don't really have another left back. O'Shaughnessy, you've had your run. Let's give Rao a little bit of a chance there to play. I've been playing Rao as an attacking midfielder. So, you know what? I can play Bustin there, and then we'll play him as the second striker. Kind of been training him a little bit to play in that position. So there is a world where we can rotate some of these players around. Astalaga for them right at the back. Trying to move it forward. Do with another goal, guys. We could do with another goal. Not for them. Vareda, who scored his first ever goal in the Europa League colours, takes the chance, launches it over. Not going to bother Silva's goal at this point. We need to do something, and we need to do something quick. I was going to go very attacking. I've decided against that. Since I saw them start the highlight, I'm not going to take that risk. We've won it back there. Vada, Iñaki, Lombardi. Goes across to Cesar. He's got some space. Finds Inagay in that space. Rao moving it forward. Good little chipper to Chavez. Brings it in for Vada. And the defender got in the way there. Martin did very well there to block Vada's shot. I think that was heading into the back of the net. I think a draw might be enough to secure us at least a playoff spot. I know a win guarantees it. A draw, I think we've got to wait for other results to see what happens. Pachatek goes over the top to Verada. Kikidakis is appealing for offside, and there's the hat-trick. Lumbatieres scores the hat-trick. Kikidakis was playing the man on side. He was the first one appealing for it. He was the one that played him on side. Cesar, I mean, that was a complete mismatch. That was never going to... Cesar is terrible in the air. I mean, you can just have a look. Yeah, he's 170. Jumping reach of 7. Oh, that is a heartbreak. The fact that they scored in the 92nd minute and we were the better team. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, man, I don't like that. That means now we're not going to get guaranteed a spot in the next round. We've got to wait for other results and everything. You can see Villarreal, Real Sociedad, and Ghent and Lille have all confirmed their spot in the next round. We dropped down to 5th. A draw would have been enough. A draw would have been enough. That's fine, though. We still have some games left in the Europa. We should be fine. We only play Sparta Prague at the end of January with Cercle Bruges. But it's fine. We'll be back for the Hoffenheim game. That's who we're taking on next in the Bundesliga. Let's get to that. Right, we are back for the Hoffenheim game. We're not going to talk much about the Werder Bremen game. They smashed us 4-0, which means we dropped to 7th place. Yeah. This is our game in hand. we win this, we go back to 6th, and we go 1 point behind Hoffenheim, which wasn't part of the plan, to be completely honest. In fact, that loss to Werder Bremen really, really hurt me a lot. They have scored the most goals with 29 goals. We are second, by the way, with 26 goals. So, yeah. You can see I was resting the players. I needed to rest them. They are all injured. They're hurting. They were tired. This is the team that is going to start against... no, just that one stop, BB. That's the team that started against Werder Bremen because some of the guys were a bit tired. This is the team that's starting Silva in goal. Cesar, Kuistra, Lombardi, Kikidakis, Carrillo, O'Shaughnessy, Bibi, Junior, Iñaki, and Chavez. Let's go take on the Hoffenheim. Before we do that, we need to take a little bit of a trip. That is correct. We are headed to the Andrei Kamarsky Stadium. Is that the actual stadium or is that a new stadium that they built? Where do I find stadiums? Built in 2031. So that's not where they're currently playing. Andrei Kamarsky is probably one of their star players. Is there a legend? Where do you check club legends in this thing? In this game? Club info maybe? Legends. I mean, Traore is a legend. The man they named it after is not even on the favorite personnel or icons list, which is quite weird that they named it after. Maybe he's a chairman. Oh, there he is. I didn't see him. Andrei Karamaresic. There he is. He's not a clickable player. But anyway, let's go find out where Hoffenheim actually play in real life. Right, we have found the Pro Zero Arena. Now, I had a bit of a Google. Pro Zero Arena has about 31,000 capacity in real life. They've moved to a stadium which has just under 40,000 in capacity. So they literally moved a whole stadium for just 9,000 extra spaces. If we go to satellite view, I don't understand why. That's where Hoffenheim is. Sort of in between Kaiserslautern, Stuttgart, and Nuremberg. And if we zoom out a little bit there, Strasbourg is there. That's in France. We move all the way up there. So it's a long drive past Frankfurt down to the bottom. And then we get into Hoffenheim right here, sort of in this area, right? Where's that stadium now? Did I lose it? I do this way too often, don't I? Where I just lose the stadium. And I mean, it's quite a big thing to look at. Am I just going mad? Ah, man, let's just click on the button. There it is. Where was I looking? I wasn't even anywhere near that vicinity. I was looking up here somewhere. Anyway, here is the stadium, Hoffenheim, the pre-Zero stadium. That is a lot of car park for a football stadium. Suppose they've got this thing as well, whatever that is, like an amphitheater concert place. The Thurman and Badwell Senshem. What is that? Is there... I think there is a lot of dots to look at. I want to look at that. What is that? We can walk in the stadium, by the way. What is this? It's a pool. A beautiful, beautiful pool. Huh. Like a little resort. Those chairs look super comfy, don't they? Anyway, we are here for a stadium tour, so let's go into the stadium. Not much of the buildings and stuff to see around the stadium, but we are going to start outside. This is outside. It kind of looks a bit like a hospital. Am I wrong in saying that? Let's zoom out a little bit. I mean, it's giving hospital vibes. I suppose the stairs going up is not really hospital vibes, is it? But you can see there's not much else around, just car park. We can walk through the tunnel. So let's do that. Let's walk through the tunnel onto the pitch. And there's the pitch in all its glory. We can even walk around a little bit on the pitch. Let's get to the middle. I think the main tunnel is on the other side. This is the main tunnel. That is the main tunnel. They've just cover the dugouts with Planenstreib. Excuse my German if I mispronounce that, but there we go. This is the pre-zero. Some nice seats, aren't there? 1899 Hoffenheim. That is their full name with a couple of letters from 2020. This is from 2012. We walk in the middle of the pitch. Oh, we got to keep off the grass. I mean, it's a nice stadium. I don't understand why they would have built a new one in this game, but apparently 9,000 seats is a lot better than no seats. I wonder why this section here in the corner is like fenced off. Is this maybe for the away fans? Like they get this little area and then the rest is just for Hoffenheim fans? Because I've noticed the other corners don't have this little like fence and rail guard, which is interesting. So yeah, that's the arena. Anyway, we are back now. We are not playing there. We are playing at the Andrei Karmarasik Stadium, which holds just over 40,100. So they literally gained an extra 9,000. This is the team that's starting. We've spoken about it. Let's jump into the game. It is a huge game for us in terms of it being what they call a 6-pointer. This is definitely it. We are currently 5 points behind Hoffenheim, so a victory here would be absolutely brilliant. This is our game in hand over the rest of the teams. It's also Hoffenheim's extra game in hand, so we need to win it, and we've been on poor form. Well, I say poor form. We lost one game, 3-0, 4-0 to Werder Bremen. We won the rest, but it's not been great in the Bundesliga at the moment. We lost to Real Sociedad as well, actually. Come to think of it, in the previous game. So it's 2 losses in a row at the moment, which isn't great. But it's not panic stations just yet. There's still quite a bit of football to play as well. Oof, that was close from BB. As well as a whole January transfer market where things can change a bit. A lot of our players are wanted. Silva has a release clause of 8.5 million, which makes me very, very scared. And he's not interested in signing a new contract at the moment. So that's making a little things bad. Since Ngalo wants to leave, that's our backup goalkeeper. So there's a possibility we could be losing 2 of our goalkeepers. And 2 very good goalkeepers, in my opinion. Murillo trying to dance and trickle through. And Vachin. Ugh. I know I do it often, but maybe there's time for a new tactical change again. It just seems when we seem to find our footing with a new tactical system, there gets a patch where it just becomes a little bit pear-shaped, a little bit sloppy. Maybe I just change some roles. I think changing roles might be the way to go. It really is annoying, to be honest. Junior moves it forward. BB finds Chavez. Junior. Good ball to Iñaki. Decides to go all the way back to Kikidakis. O'Shaughnessy. Back to Kikidakis. O'Shaughnessy again. Brings in Junior. Trying to dance. Triple. O'Shaughnessy. Carrillo with the shot eventually. And they were trying their best to break through that defense. In the end, wasn't ideal. Wasn't the ideal outcome. That goes over the top. Is that the highlight? I think that's the highlight. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 1-0 Hoffenheim at the break. We're doing absolutely horrible. I am going to tweak some things, though. I have noticed a few things and the team instructions that aren't really working. We are going to go standard attacking with going through the middle is just not helping us at the moment. And when we're in the final third, I'm going to switch the patience to standard rather than to try and encourage the ball in. And then elsewhere, I'm going to take off the supporting runs. I had supporting runs on there for Cesar and those that cut inside. I'm going to keep them as inside forwards. And then distribute to the flanks. You know what? We're going to distribute to the flanks. And then from here, I want you to distribute to the flanks as well. That's what I wanted to do. So just tweaking a few things just to see how things work. Instead of going more narrow, just play a little bit wider. I think that could help a little bit as well in not getting boxed in that 4-4-2 sort of formation that they have. It does cause a little bit of congestion in that midfield. Sorry. Who's the icon, apparently? Lille. Butchen goes deep to Carlos. Gigek hits the pass. What was Kikizaki's doing there? Munez hits it over to Chavez, who's going to try and run it out, but Silvetti gets back to clear that. And now he's past his man, Murillo, for them. Vachin, their captain and their goal scorer. Grimmer. Lille. This is good play from Hoffenheim. Vachin again. Sergeev. Murillo. Silvetti gets dispossessed by Kikizakis. Very well done there. Carrillo goes over the top to Kikizakis. He's got options ahead of him. Iñaki goes across to Kikizakis. Kikizakis looking for options. Cuts inside. Iñaki with the shot. It took a block and they cleared their lines. That could have been the equalizer. Now the counter-attack is on. Carlos. Chavez. Carlos can't get that. Gerster will clean up the mess there a little bit. O'Shaughnessy finding Junior. Playing very deep Junior, and that was not a good pass. I am going to make one more role change though. Chavez as a centre forward is not really helping, so we're going to switch him to a channel forward. Let him drop down a little bit and try and pick up those pieces that are in and around there. And then you know what? I am going to do it. I haven't done it a lot before. I'm going to switch them to wingers. Like that. And then in the team instructions, going to go a little bit wider. And then we're going to try and pass through the flanks and get those crosses in. And then what we can do is look for the underlaps now. Maybe that helps. Maybe that doesn't. I don't know. I'm trying everything I can possibly try. And you know what? I'm going to shout words of encouragement as well to the team. We can do this. Cesar with the long throw. We've scored a couple of goals through the long throw, albeit through the second ball. Lombardi to Cesar. Gets pulled down illegally at the edge of the box. Well, in the corner flag, rather. And that's the highlight. Football Manager loves to annoy me sometimes with highlights like that. BB again now with the corner. Lombardi flicks it on. The captain will clear as far as Cesar. Brings it back to BB. Carrillo. Cesar. Gets brought down at the edge of the box. Referee says it was legal. Kikizakis finds Iñaki. Gets brought down as well. This time it was outside the box. I think the Cesar one was in the box. I don't think that's a penalty. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty. That's the second hard tackle from Murillo, and he's just getting a little walk talking to. Shouldn't be sending him off for that. That was devastating because Iñaki was through on goal, in my opinion. Let's make some swaps, guys. We are not playing great at all. Junior is having a horrid time out there. Bushten come in there. Elsewhere. Chavez is playing so bad. You know what, Akani? You've come clutch for us in the past. Come clutch again. Shaughnessy not playing great. Specht come in for him on that side. I think Specht is the left-footed one. No, he's right. So we'll put Carrillo. He can play on the left. And then elsewhere, Kikizakis on the yellow. I can't do much about that at the moment. Lombardi not playing great either. You know what? Moritz come in there. I think that's enough subs. We know we're taking a risk with Akani. Chavez hasn't been playing great the last two games. Maybe Akani can produce the goods when it comes to the final third. We've taken 16 shots. We're just not converting any of them. Encouraging the players once again to try and get into that final third. Find that goal. I'm going to do something a bit crazy. I've been watching this, and it's been annoying me. We're just not getting anywhere in the final third. Is this crazy? We are going to literally bombard the middle with 3 players in possession. Look at that. I need to try something. And we're going to go very attacking. I mean, this still works. And then go direct. Defensively, we've looked good. We just need to find that final third. I do have one more sub available. Don't really need to do it. Nyaki hasn't played great, but I don't really have anyone who can sort of play there in that position. So, you know, we're going to try it. And then just go very attacking for the last 8 minutes. I've got to try something, right? We've got to get a victory here. And this is the 4-2-3-1. That's a weird formation, but it's a formation that I think could work. If we do score a goal, I become a tactical genius. If we don't, well, then I'm still a tactical genius. That just didn't work well. Iñaki cuts inside, dances and skips through. Beautifully done. Kikidakis with the supporting run is Fana. Kani! Oh, Kani, that was your moment. That was your absolute moment, you buffoon. Oh, you're one-on-one with the keeper and you didn't even test him. Oh, Akani. We should have won this game. Absolutely should have won this game. Ah, that hurts. That is so annoying. Oh, man, I'm just so annoying. We won that game. And now it does leave us out of European contention, although we are still 2 points behind Werder Bremen, and we do have 4 points ahead of Cologne, which I suppose is a saving grace. But, oh, man, these 3 games have really hurt our run in the league. In terms of when we're coming back, I suppose Sparta Prague, we want to see if we qualify for the next knockout phase. A victory there will confirm that. So, yeah, we'll be back in 4 games' time, I guess, taking on Sparta Prague. And I might throw in Circle Bruges in there and Schalke. Why not? We'll see how we do. Or how we do it. But yeah, we'll see you then. Maybe there'll be some new signings because the transfer market will be open. Who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Heartache in the end of the day. 3 losses is just a little bit too much to handle. Yeah, we're going to go back to the drawing board, try and figure things out, see where we went wrong, look at the passing map. And I had a big look at that passing map, and it shows a lot of weaknesses, which I think I'm going to have to address in the upcoming 4 games. So hopefully by the time we come back, we're on a 4-match winning streak, and that is great. If you like it, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers and haters. The Vaslap experience is here for you on the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. See you next time. Peace. Chicken grease.